Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and what the fuck is going on with these action heroes of late? I mean, the movies that they're picking. I mean, I've said this before, I love Stallone, but come on, Bullet to the Head, which sucked. Grudge Match, which sucked. And those films were flops. I mean, now, I like The Last Stand, I do. Hell, lot more than this movie. State Plan, you already know my thoughts. I was incredibly disappointed because it's not even an action film. You want to see two guys, uh, you want to see that done better? Watch the prison stuff in Tango and Cash. Um, or Face Off, because remember in Face Off, it was a prison on the, in the water. And the one bit in Face Off. But anyway, Sabotage, which I agree with some people. I don't know why the fuck this film is called Sabotage. Anytime I think of the title, it makes me think of the Beastie Boys song. Because I know at one time it's called 10, which I guess for 10 Little Indians, but that wouldn't make sense because there's not even 10 people in Arnold's unit. You have Arnold Schwarzenegger, you have the Cold Core bitch, which I'll get to, Sam Worthington with his rat tail, Terrence Howard getting a paycheck, and like two or three other, there's not even 10 people. Um, There was one called Breacher, because I think that's part of his character's name. Like, sort of his nickname or whatever. Which is a weird nickname, Breacher. For some reason, it reminds me of a sex act, Breacher. But this film is a piece of shit, and this film deserved to flop, and it was a humongous flop. I mean, the film only made $10 million in the U.S. It made $4 million foreign for a total of $14.8 million, and it had about a $35 million budget. When it came out, it debuted at number 7. And Arnold, his films don't do that well anymore, folks. And to be honest, I can't blame people because a lot of them have sucked recently. I mean, Sabotage sucked. Escape Plan, that got saved from foreign because in the U.S. it only made 25 million in the U.S. A Stallone Schwarzenegger finally together and it only makes 25 million in the U.S. is pretty pathetic, and it makes sense because the film was pretty pathetic. The Last Stand was a complete bomb, which is sad. I liked the film. Only made 12 million U.S. Only made 48 million worldwide, and the budget was 45 million. And that budget 45 million doesn't include advertising, trailers, posters. So The Last Stand lost money, and fucking this film's going to lose money. Sabotage. I mean, even back in the day, I mean, Collateral Damage didn't do well. Sixth Day was a bomb. End of Days did okay foreign, but here was a bomb in the U.S. So was Jingle All the Way. I think that broke even, but not even so because it doesn't include advertising. Eraser cost 100 million and it made 100 million in the U.S. Got some money foreign, so for the longest time. And why am I talking about box office? Because it's better than talk about the fucking film. Directed by David Ayer. Ayer. I'm gonna just say Ayer for sake of argument. This is a guy who's a writer first. He wrote U571. He wrote Training Day, the first Fast and Furious film, Dark Blue, SWAT. Then he wrote and directed Harsh Times, I haven't seen, End of Watch, which I haven't seen yet. Uh, this was also written by Skip Woods, who's a piece of shit writer. I liked the first film he did, which he directed Thursday, but Hitman he wrote, and that film sucked. He wrote X-Men Origins Wolverine, that film sucked. He wrote The A-Team, that film sucked. He wrote A Good Day Die Hard, you know my feelings change on that film. I understand why people say it sucks. It's definitely the worst Die Hard film. Sabotage, this film sucked. But can I blame Skip Woods 100%? No, because David Ayer came in, retooled the script, rewrote the script, and he directed the film. And this is what he came up with. This is what he came up with. I mean, he's the guy who's directing it, and his name's on the writing, so he reworked it, retooled it for his liking, and this is what he came up with. You know what? You want to see a better film that David Ayer directed? That's a better version of this? Watch this movie, Street Teens, with Keanu Reeves, Forrest Whitaker, Hugh Laurie, Chris Evans. This is a much better version of Sabotage. And guess what? David Ayer did not write this. James Ellroy and Kurt Wimmer and Jamie Moss wrote it. Maybe that's why. David Ayer just directed this, and this is a better movie than Sabotage. You want to see a better version of Sabotage? Watch this movie. Same director, but he didn't write the film. So maybe it's for the better. Yes, I know he wrote Training Day. Whoop-de-fucking-do. That was from back in 2001. Now, this film, I swear, if someone told me it was written by Rob Zombie, I would have fucking agreed with you. Because it's the dialogue sounds like it was written by Rob Zombie. For fuck's sake. And this is also one of those instances where the trailer absolutely lied. Humongous false advertising to the point that people should get their money back. Even the little bit that saw the movie and paid for it. I'll be upfront, I didn't pay for this movie. I'll be upfront and honest. Film doesn't deserve it. And this fucking... The false advertising. You watch the trailer and it says about how... It tells you they came in to get this drug money, and then someone stole the drug money, and they don't know who stole some of the money. The cartels are coming after them, picking them up one by one. It gets to a point where Arnold's wife and kid are taken, and he says the line in the trailer, "I will destroy them." And he goes off to get his wife and kid, and to stop whoever stole the money from within their team. That's what the trailer tells you what the movie is. Don't believe me? Watch the trailer. This film is none of that. His wife and kid, the very first fucking scene in the movie is Arnold watching footage of his wife being tortured and killed on a tape. I mean the first scene with the opening credits. The first fucking scene. And then you find out that they had captured this guy. You find this out later on in the film. They had captured this guy, this big drug guy. Drug guy was killed. So in retribution, they had taken Arnold's wife and kid, killed him, sent body parts to Arnold. He had gone down to Mexico, couldn't find the killers. His team had come back and brought him back. But you find this out later. But the very first fucking scene is him watching footage of his wife being tortured and killed. I know it's supposed to be a dark movie and Arnold playing a different type of character. But you know what? You want to see a serious Arnold film where he plays a different type of character, but it's a good film? Watch Collateral Damage. That's a damn good movie. Watch End of Days. He plays a dark character. He's ready to commit suicide at the beginning of the film. But he does a great job, and he's a likable character. You don't even give a fuck about Arnold. You don't give a fuck about a single person in this movie, because everyone's either shady, or a dickhead, or a fuckhead, or a dipshit. Or a coke whore. Or just a simple whore. Here's spoiler, folks. Well, let me put the setup. It's not them... Arnold is leading this DEA team, which has Sam Worthington and this coke whore who goes undercover as a coke whore, but she's really a coke whore in real life, and who's with Sam Worthington's character. Then you have Terrence Howard and this other people. They're going into this place, and they're going in there not to, like you think in the trailer, they grab the money and then it's, illegal money, and no, they're going in there to, all of them are going to steal the money behind their superiors' backs. And then the people who stole the money, someone in that team steals the money, and then someone gets pissed. So they're all dirty, including Arnold's character. I know you're supposed to think, well, Arnold, you find out that the person who stole the money from the people who stole the money was Schwarzenegger all along. He's not the one killing his men, someone else is, but he's the one who stole the money from them who stole the money. Because he wants to go to Mexico and bribe some motherfuckers. I'll get all of that, but the reason I bring that up now is that, in a way, Arnold causes all of this too. When there could have been like 5, 10 different ways he could have handled it. And he could have handled it, and other things could have handled it. And it doesn't make me like his character either. And Arnold, this is not an Arnold film. He's barely in the film. That's what it feels like. He doesn't get to do much. He really doesn't. That's why you watch Collateral Damage. Sad to say, I watched some of these recent films. The Sixth Day with Schwarzenegger looks better and better compared to some of the shit. Especially shit like this. I don't mind The Sixth Day. Compared to shit like this, yeah. I'll admit, this film is bloody. It's R-rated. It's a lot of practical. I wish it was in a better movie, though. I really do. So, okay. Jumbled together in the first 10 minutes of this review. Arnold watches the footage of his wife being tortured and killed. So, again, the trailer fucking lied. By the way, that line he says in the trailer, I will destroy them. He doesn't say that line. Complete fib. He says, I'm going to kill her. If you want to know what that means, I'll get to that. So even the fucking line he says is a lie. The trailer is a complete lie, and this film is complete boring with completely unlikable characters and dialogue that looks like it sounds like it was written by Rob Zombie. And I'm like, David Ayer, you wrote this? I mean, maybe it's a good thing you didn't write Street Teens. This is a much better film. Because when they're going to this place, which is where the money's at, and they think their superiors think they're going to go in to get the money back. They don't know that Arnold and his team are actually going to try to steal some of it, but this is the dialogue. Someone farts, and someone goes, "Who the fuck dropped ass?" And then another guy goes like this, "Oh, that was brisket, wasn't it?" I'm like, this is the dialogue that we've come to in the year 2014? Who the fuck dropped ass? Oh, it smells like brisket. This is what I come to see in my Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. I don't care how fucking different you are. Stupid is stupid. Stupid is stupid. Stupid dialogue is stupid dialogue. And the Kotor bitch is undercover. They go in, they kill some. Well, not Arnold. He doesn't kill anyone. Like count on one hand how many people and stuff you see in the trailer. They're going to steal, there's like a big block of money, and they're going to steal like 10 million from this huge block of money, and they're leading their superiors on, saying, wait, we're busy, when they're not really busy. And they even get one of their men, one of the guys fucking shot and killed because of the shit they're doing. Just someone comes up, shoots one in the neck. I'm like, you guys are all assholes. You just got one of your men killed. You just got this guy killed because you're all greedy fucks. And even Arnold's best intentions, and I'm like, sorry, the way it's handled doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Instead, you gotta have shock stuff like, oh, here's a shitty toilet. Literally, here's a toilet filled with shit. They show it for what reason? Just because. Because they flap the lid down and they gotta drag the toilet out of there because they don't put the money in these bags and slip it in so they can come back for it later. And then what they do is they take these charges and they blow up the rest of the movie. Like, the whole fucking room goes up in flames. The whole fucking room goes up in flames. I'll get to that. This huge block of money, it all explodes. And the little money they took, they put down. They come back for it, and then someone cut the line, and someone within their group stole the money, and they don't know who. Now, somehow, their superiors know that $10 million was missing from this gigantic stack. How do they know? There's no way they could know. I think someone brings it up, and then they kind of just, well, because. That's pretty much the answer. Again, a big block of money. They steal like a little bit of it. They blow the whole thing up. The whole thing's in flames. All the money's in flames. And somehow these people came in and know, oh, you guys stole some money. And they know exactly how much they stole. They know exactly they stole 10 million. How the fuck do you know? How the fuck can you tell? That's why they blew up the fucking thing. There's no way you can tell exactly how much money they stole. There's no fucking way. There is no way you could know. But they do. Why? Because the plot says so. This is the stupid writing. I mean, David Ayer is not fucking perfect either, folks. Skip Woods is a shitty writer, but David Ayer, I'm not giving him the pass. I'm not the biggest fan of U571. Dark Blue, I like Kurt Russell. That's pretty much it. SWAT has its problems. I'd watch SWAT more than this, sad to say. But, so they're interviewing these Arnold's team, and they all pretty much say nothing. They're watching Arnold and his team. Like, these two guys are watching Arnold at his house, and these two actually get into a conversation about pissing. Oh, I gotta piss. Oh, use my piss bottle. Oh, I don't want to use your piss bottle. I don't want to put my dick where your dick's been at. And Arnold comes in and gives him Pop-Tarts, and it's like, stop pissing on my bushes. This is the great writing. Great writing. Good job. Arnold film, Schwarzenegger film, 2014. This is the great writing we have. And Arnold's team, I mean, think about it. Let's show a toilet covered with shit, and let's have two guys talking about a piss bottle, and I want my dick where your dick's been at. Then put it in your mouth, so you can shut the fuck up. Just like Arnold keeps saying in this film to his team, shut the fuck up. And his team sucks. They're unlikable. They're incredibly... They're like the redneck... They are like the rednecks in Rob Zombie's movies. I swear Rob Zombie had a hand in this movie. It has to be. If Rob Zombie made an action movie, it'd be fucking Sabotage. Just as shitty as most of his horror movies. I'm not a big Rob Zombie fan. I'm sorry. And I'm not a big fan of this movie. It's like Rob Zombie ghost directed, ghost wrote this film. Didn't want his name on it, so they picked David Ayer. Why should we care about Arnold's team? They're jackasses. They're assholes. They're at the strip joint, and they beat the shit out of a security guy who is only doing his job. And these are people we're supposed to root for. And they talk about dropping ass, and talking about how they're doing this tattoo on someone, and what, did you tattoo a dick on me? And the co-core is like, yeah, that kind of looks like a dick. And Arnold comes in, does that look like a dick? That looks like a dick tattoo. Why are we talking about dick tattoos so much? Put it on your fucking forehead. Or put one here, and put one here, facing your mouth. Christ. This is like a fucking parody. And not a funny one. And then when Arnold's like, okay, we got the team back together after these months of being investigated and they're training. This is the dialogue. Slow the fuck down. Hurry the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Yes, please shut the fuck up. And then Arnold keeps talking about how, well, no one trusts anybody because the money was stolen. So I'm going to go in there. You guys have live ammo. You guys do your training session. The training session goes off well. That's where you had the scene at the strip joint. And now that I've told you, I spoiled that at the end, we know that Arnold is the one who took the money from within the team. Why is he staying around? Why is he sticking around? Because by the end, you realize he doesn't give a fuck. He's obsessed with this. Why does he get in his car, get in his truck, and just head to fucking Mexico? Or in fact, why didn't he tell his team, hey guys, I know you guys are going to be pissed with me. I'm going to be honest with you. I stole the money. You want to know why? Because I want to help find the people who killed my family. I would think these people would understand if they're your team, your family, or better yet, why the fuck do you need $10 million? Why the fuck do you need money at all? You're supposed to be the best DEA agents team. Supposed to be the best team. You guys don't give a fuck about morals. You guys barely have any morals. You guys are drunk, jerk-off jackasses throughout the entire film. So why don't you go down to Mexico, take the fucking Mexican cops who are dirty cops because they know who killed Arnold's family. They're just not going to tell because they need money. How about your team goes off, gets them, give us the fucking information, or we'll break your fingers, break your toes, break your balls, and cut your dick off and shove it and sew it in your mouth if you don't tell us what's going on. I mean, fuck, they could do that. And then it's like, hey, you tell on us, we'll tell on you. You tell on us, hey, we know what you're doing down here. We know what dirty shit you're doing down here. I mean, that'd be a better movie. Fine, you have Arnold. He finds out that his wife and kid are murdered. Have him go by himself down to Mexico. Him in Mexico, trying to find the people who killed his family. You get it. It's a harder, even bloodier, bloodier, darker version of even Collateral Damage. But hey, that would be a good idea. No, instead you have this very boring, shitty mystery, which is not much of a mystery. Because after the strip joint, one of their guys wakes up. He's in his trailer. It's parked on a train track. The guy is so fucking stupid. He has a big ass window. He doesn't kick the window. He has a window about this big, this wide. Does he kick it? No. He just... I can't get out. Kick a window! Is the window bulletproof? Shatterproof? I have a trailer. I have a window. I bet I could kick it down if a fucking train is coming. And you're a DEA agent. I mean, trained. You're not just some couch potato. So, of course, the train hits the fucking trailer. And then you have this FBI girl get introduced who has like a redneck twang to her. Like she's from Alabama or Louisiana or Arkansas or where the fuck she's from. And that's nothing against anyone from those states. That's against this woman who she didn't do that good of a job acting. Over the top accent sometimes. Not all the time. And they find, bloody body parts, okay, but that's not nothing. Arnold gets there, looks around, sees that someone from his team is dead. Arnold goes back. He's with his rest of his team. The FBI girl comes by to ask questions. This is what I'm talking about with the dialogue. She literally says, "Sorry to rain on your bro down." What the fuck is a bro down? Sorry to rain on your bro down? What the fuck is a bro down? What is a bro down? I've never heard of that before. And pretty much the team are drunk assholes ragging on the female FBI, saying shit like, pull your fucking panties out of your ass. And then like, who are we supposed to like in this movie? Because everyone is a coke whore or a whore or a shit or an asshole. Even Arnold's character, what am I supposed to like about him? Yeah, it's sad that his wife and kid died that way. But he knows what's going on, especially when his fucking team are dying one by one. He doesn't fess up, even when his team's dying one by one. Doesn't do anything. Nothing. He doesn't even say anything. It's this other guy who brings it up, and then Arnold's like, when they're at this diner, Arnold says, if you did it, I would. But you didn't! Someone else had to do it first. Who's to say you really were going to? It's not like you're being truthful, Arnold. I know I'm jumping ahead, but even Arnold's character, what's the like about him? Just for the fact he's Arnold? I'm sorry, that's not enough. And he barely does anything. What has he done so far? Other than yell, shut the fuck up. Which is why I tell this movie. They look for another guy that's on Arnold's team. They find him pinned to the ceiling and he's disemboweled. If I want a scene with a guy pinned to the ceiling, I watch End of Days. Yeah, you didn't have the disemboweling, but you know what? That's a better movie. Better film. More entertaining film. A better Schwarzenegger film. Better Schwarzenegger character. Better film in all regards. Okay, yeah, practical effects. He's disemboweled. Cool gore. I watch Rambo 4 for cool gore, and it's a cool movie. I watch Dead Alive. I watch Evil Dead 2. Dead by Dawn for some fun gore and a fun movie. Dead Alive with Peter Jackson, or a lot of Peter Jackson movies. I watch the fucking Frighteners. I watch a shitload of other movies for gore. I watch The Terminator for blood. But it's a good movie. Then a good chunk of the middle is this FBI girl investigating with her partner, investigating. They go see one of Arnold's team that's off the grid. They find him dead. And then that's where Sam Worthington comes up and tells the FBI girl what happened to Arnold's wife, that Arnold was obsessed with finding his wife's killer. I'm like, that's a better movie! Why don't you make the movie about that? You want to lie in the trailer? Bullshit. At least come out with a good movie. Arnold in Mexico finding his wife's and kid's killer. No holds barred with it. But don't even do that. Instead of this boring ass shit. And then the FBI girl goes back to Arnold's place, or Arnold goes to her place. I forget which is which. She says sorry. Then for some reason, her and Arnold have sex. Just she kisses Arnold, then the next morning she's like, so you know they had sex. And I'm like, why? That was random. This FBI girl having sex, an FBI woman having sex with Arnold's character. I mean, random. Random shit. Makes no sense. More FBI investigating. They find out about the safe house. Arnold and their team get there first. They find some. Arnold kills like one or two people with his shotgun. They find some meth. And they go, no, these are not the guys who are hunting us, because they think the cartel is hunting them because of the money that was stolen. But then fishermen find the bodies of some of the cartel, and they find out that no, some of these cartel guys have been dead for a long time. They're being framed. So now we know, I'm like, you probably knew from the start, that it's someone from within the team killing the others. Arnold, the team finds out. This is where you find out that the co-cord girl who was with Samuel Worthington, she's actually with Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard, why the fuck is he in this movie? He has nothing to do. The entire film, he's in the background. Then all of a sudden, oh, by the way, he's with this co-cord bitch, and they're the ones who are killing. You find out they're the ones who are doing the killing. Because they go, so we all stole the money, but then someone stole that money. And we want to know who it was, so you really stole from us. So I'm like, and you're killing all the men who thought were your family, but instead of asking them or whatever, fucking lame ass shit. But yeah, they shoot a guy in the diner who's talking with Arnold and the FBI girl. That's the scene I was talking about, the diner where the guy fesses up first before Arnold that the money was stolen. And the girl and Terrence Howard kill the guy and try to kill Arnold and the FBI girl. She, Coco's name is like Lizzie. She also kills Sam Worthington, stuffs him in the fridge, and that's where Arnold says, instead of I'm going to destroy them like a trailer, he says, I'm going to kill her. You get this very boring car chase, which is Arnold shooting a little bit at the car. The Coco bitch is in the trunk shooting back. Arnold shoots a little bit of the glass. That's by Terrence Howard, who's driving. Very boring, unexciting car chase, because all that happens is Terrence Howard accidentally hits someone on a bike, splatters blood on the window, drives it to sort of this. Think of this as the car, and this is like an. I forget what the actual thing is called, but pretty much think of this as the driver's seat, and it goes like this, so you get the idea that Terrence Howard's character is dead, and the girl in the back who is in the trunk gets really fucked up, and gets really fucked up, and then Arnold's like, why did you do this? And she's like, well, someone stole the money from us, and I want to know who it was. I don't know why they stole it from us. Then Arnold admits there, I'm the one who stole the money from within the group. And she's like, why? Then she gets, oh, what, Mexico? It's never going to bring them back. And then Arnold just disappears. The FBI girl's looking for him. He's in Mexico. He uses the money to get some info. Yeah, this very short shootout, which is about a minute long. Granted, gory. He shoots a guy in the head. He shoots like 5 or 6 folks, some bloody squibs. You realize he's been shot. He sits down, smokes a cigar. You don't know if he dies. You don't know if he's just waiting for the sirens and he's going to be okay. You don't know if he's going to be arrested. He doesn't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck. And fuck this movie. Fuck this film. If you like the film, God bless, but I don't know why. I don't mean that as a slight against it. I don't get it. Oh, it's bloody. There are 100 films that are bloody, but they're actually good movies. This has no likable characters. The DEA agents are asshole, drunks, redneck motherfuckers out of a Rob Zombie film. Arnold's character is not likable. Yes, I'm sorry that his wife and kid died, but they're stealing money, and then he steals money from within the group, and then they're being picked up one by one, and he says nothing. And then he doesn't even come forth. One of his men comes forth before that. And Arnold really doesn't do much of anything. He's not central to the plot, to the investigation. The FBI girl's doing more than investigating. Arnold's not really doing much of investigating. If you don't do this plot, then have him not be the guy who took the money. Have him be the guy who he really wants to know what's going on. And he's the one investigating this, investigating his own men, seeing what's going on. I thought I could trust you. No. And it's boring, it's slow paced, it's uneventful. It's not an action film at all, it's more of a mystery. And it's a lame, boring mystery. There's no reason to rewatch the film, I know that. I mean, this film is beyond lame. And it was boring, and it was crap for dialogue. No likable characters. Boring ass mystery plot. Waste of Arnold, waste of this practical blood stuff. Even Arnold doesn't. I'm sorry, Arnold doesn't save the film. You want to see better stuff? Watch Collateral Damage. Watch End of Days. There's a lot of other Arnold films you can watch other than this. And Arnold's character is, again, he's not even likable. Why should I like this guy? If he stole the money, why didn't he just go off from the get-go? By the end, obviously he doesn't care. He's been shot. He's just smoking a cigar. Doesn't give a fuck. He's part of the reason why all this shit's happening. Because he wasn't upfront with his own team. Why wasn't he upfront with his own team? Hey, guys, this is my money. Or, hey, I need this money. I need this money. I need to go check it out. You guys gotta help me. You could have gone with Arnold and say, here's the money, give us the info. If you don't give him the info, then you guys can go kick the dirty Mexican cop's ass. I mean, it's not like these DA agents have morals. They don't. You can tell by the way they act. Beating up a security guard at a strip joint who was only doing his job. How they talk to the FBI girl. Put your pants out of your ass. And like treating her like shit. That's what I mean. This doesn't make any sense. And it's just... It's a piece of shit movie. It's a piece of shit film. I think it's one of the worst films of the year so far. And it's sad because when I first heard about this film, I looked forward to it. Because I'm like, oh, people were saying it's kind of like a straight action film version of Predator. Nothing about like Predator in this movie. And no, I'm not talking about an alien. No, this supposed people were talking about it's like a straight just action version of Predator. People being picked off one by one. Hell, you want to see that? Watch ICU with Sylvester Stallone. Watch ICU. Stallone, great performance, great character, better movie. Watch Detox, aka ICU with Stallone. Watch that movie. That's a movie where Stallone plays a dark character who his wife is murdered, and he's suicidal, and he goes to this place because he was drinking and he was suicidal, and then people get picked up one by one, and someone within the group, and they have to figure out who it is within the group. Is it a perfect film? No. Is it a flawed film? Yes. But ICU is 10 times and 100 times better than Sabotage. But Sabotage got a theatrical release, and ICU got straight to DVD. Fucking bullshit. I'd rather see ICU, and I'd rather see Street Kings. Because they're both better than this piece of shit. So fuck Sabotage, fuck it up his ass, and he kiss my ass, and kiss my ass, and he kiss my ass. 3 times over. So thanks for watching, take care, and stay tuned for more reviews. Later.